All right, welcome guys to a let's play slash playthrough of Stardew Valley. I did one of these on my YouTube channel a little bit ago, but it kind of fell flat because I really didn't know what to do with it. So this time around, I decided just to go ahead and reboot it instead of trying to continue on from there. And I got the PS4. I got the PS4 version now, which is going to make things a little bit different, just because I'm not very used to it. But let's go ahead and set all this up. We're gonna make our farm, the farm, I guess. Our farm name, I'm not good at naming things, so I'm gonna make it a farm, I guess. And then the favorite thing is going to be, of course, the suck, because that is very advertiser friendly. We're gonna get dog because cats suck, even though I have like 2 cats right here. Pale white guy, weird hair color. Ooh, let's make it yellow. And can we make it like, yeah, there we go. And then make our shirt, I don't know. Skull shirt looks pretty emo. Whatever. Skip the intro because it's not very interesting. Which farm should we do? I don't really want to do the standard farm because I've done that like 8 times. Let's do the Riverland farm because I've never actually done it. All right, so here we are. We have the Riverland farm. We're gonna make sure we look at this every day. All right. I'm not sure how to get to this thing. I forget what button it says. Yeah, parsnip. Oh, hit the wrong button. Gotta greet everybody. Standard ones. So I'm actually going to turn my volume down right now because it's actually making it hard to concentrate. So this is the Riverland farm. It looks a lot like the standard farm, except it has a lot more water. And what that allows us to do is fish more, because like the standard farm is more just for regular farming. You got like another farm I think is kind of more for farming. You have like the wilderness one that has more trees and stuff, but this one's full of like lakes and rivers and stuff like that. I don't have an exact map. Okay, that's how you do that. I don't have like an exact map of it or anything. I don't really know really what it looks like, but I think it'd be pretty cool because we can use the kind of islands to our advantage a little bit. Maybe make different island little things, different kind of concepts, and I really like it. I've never actually played on it before, but now that I look at it, I really enjoy it. So what I wanted to do with this series, I also wanted to kind of use it as a, not really like a tutorial, but in a way like a kind of best practices or like an advice kind of thing. Because I feel that, I don't know, Stardew Valley is kind of confusing early on because you don't really, like you can understand it fairly easily, but you can't really do anything with it at the beginning. So we're going to go ahead and start growing some parsnips. And that was 6. So we're going to actually do this really quick. Go ahead and hold that up. We're going to do 3 rows of 5. So even though parsnips aren't actually like the best, as I completely mess up all the controls, so the parsnips actually aren't the best crop to plant because they don't make you that much money, but since they're free, we're going to go ahead and plant them. We're going to plant them just like this, just because I think it looks nice. And we're also we're going to grow it. I don't think we have like any fertilizer or anything like that. So we're not going to probably not going to have any like quality crops or anything. So we're going to go ahead and do 15 of those. ahead and grow these out. And, like, there's usually crops that are like the best to grow during certain seasons. The ones in this season are going to be strawberries, but the thing about strawberries is you can't get them in the first year close enough to like actually grow them because they come out at a festival like towards the end of it, which is very detrimental to your ability to use them because you only get to grow them for like a day. So we have a prehistoric hand axe that we can turn into the museum. Go ahead, grab some daffodils because we're gonna need some extra money here soon because I want to get this farm up and going. I don't really want to focus too much on the farming aspect because later on it's actually more profitable. Like, I mean, you can farm and make a lot of money in this game. It's just like, it seems like it's more profitable to focus more on artisan goods, and you don't really need a lot of growth for artisan goods because like one of the things that make a lot of money is bees. Bees will make you, sometimes they can make you like hundreds of dollars per day without really doing anything because you just kind of grow them near a flower and they pop out and they make a lot of money. But early on we're just going to kind of focus on growing our crops. I want to grow just enough that we have enough to make money, but I don't want to grow too many because I don't want to spend my whole time doing this. And he's going to just kind of tell us about the museum. I'm going to go ahead try to skip this. But basically what he says is he's just really upset because nobody donates anything to the museum and the whole thing's empty, so you agree to kind of help him with that. So we're going to go ahead and start the collection with that. And after every so many, we actually get a reward for doing it, which is pretty nice and will help us out here later. I'm going to go up here, meet Gus. Or not Gus, Clint. I think Gus is like from Harvest Moon or something. I always get him confused. We can go to journal. Oh, we already did that. Get the reward for it. We can't greet everybody just yet because there's a couple people that we have to do things in order to meet them, which kind of sucks, but we can actually go through here because there's a couple people working, and even though we don't actually talk to them, it does count as greeting. But it looks like it's just Shane today. Usually I think there's somebody else that kind of chills here, but looks like we can't really meet him. I haven't really decided how I want to do these episodes just yet. Before, like, I didn't really know what to talk about at first, so I just kind of cut them up into, like, actually doing things. But I think in this series, I might just do it, like, a day at a time. Or maybe, like, 2 days at a time when it gets a little bit slower. Because there is days where you don't do anything in this game. Because really, like, Stardew Valley and Harvest Moon, really, like anything in the farming genre, just have these periods where there's not enough the stuff to do every day. So we can go up here, talk to this guy, forget his name. That's Gus. Yeah, I get a lot of people confused, but it looks like nobody's up in their bedrooms, which is kind of nice, which means they're out running around in the town. And hopefully we'll get a good chunk of the people greeted today. And we also need to make sure we go up and start buying some crops before we get too far into this, because if we don't, like, we're gonna kind of mess up our potential of making enough profit. Because it's like one thing that you really need to do in this game is just make a lot of money, because you can, I mean, it's kind of like the goal of the game, but in a way it's also not. So the most profitable one out of all these, I think it's potatoes. Looks like we just had enough for 15. So we're gonna take our 15 potatoes, as we're completely out of cash now, and take these over here and plant them. And so, like I was saying before, like, really the, I guess, big thing to do in this game is to make as much money as possible. But, like, also, like, that's not really the whole point of the game. So, like, the point of the game is to rebuild the community center, which we'll see in a couple days probably, because it takes a little bit of time for the event to trigger. But I mean, like, that's like the main point is completing that. You can complete it with money. It's just not as fun. But like also like you do need the money to kind of actually be able to do things. Because there's things that make doing the community center easier. And if you have the money to do it, it's not as intensive. So like I do know a lot about this game because I think I have like probably like 50, like 30 or 50 hours, I think. Actually, I think it's like 50, 60 now. I have like 60 hours of the game on Steam. On this, I don't have any really because I just started it. This is like literally the first time playing it on the PS4, which actually was kind of a surprise because my girlfriend's like, hey, like I know you like this game, so I got it for you. And then she's like, I think you already got it. And I'm like, no, like I actually really wanted this for PS4 because I just always kind of wanted to play it on here. That's the doctor. It's one of the kids. I don't remember if we met these two. But I always wanted to play it on here because I like the trophy system on PC. Or not PC, but what's it called? PS4 more than I like Steam achievements. Because like Steam achievements to me are worthless. Because it really like doesn't do anything for you. But like the trophy system on PlayStation I really like. I like the gamer score. I think like out of all the achievement systems, you know, across everything, I like Xbox is the most. Even though like all of them pretty much do the same thing. It's just, I don't know, like I like the gamer score because like you can look at the gamer score and go like, oh, like that's, you know, how much somebody's played. Like, because I've known people that have like 40,000 gamer score and I'm like, wow, that's a lot. You know, they must play their games in like Steam, like it doesn't really matter because I think it has like an average percentage or something like that. So like if you play like a lot of games like it and complete them a lot, like it has an average percentage. PlayStation just has like a number of trophies. I think it shows the platinum trophies first, right? Which I mean that's all good and all, but like I really would just prefer to have like a raw number that I can look at. So I think Leia, oh, she's might be over here at the lake. So we're gonna check the lake really quick because sometimes Leah is over here kind of chilling. We got to meet her. And she's actually kind of difficult to find. But we're also going to hit up the bar at like 8 p.m. because there's also a lot of people there. And we're going to go over here and see if we can maybe trigger an event. Because right over here is the wizard's castle. Not really castle. It's more of a tower. Like kind of like a rundown tower. But if you go over here, you can actually... if you come up here and like click on it, like I think within a couple of days he'll say something to you, and so you can actually like talk to him now. But it takes a little bit of time. We're gonna grab some flowers along the way because I want to make as much gold as possible, and you can do that through foraging. There's usually a little thing of what's it called? Spring onions down here somewhere, but it doesn't look like it's here yet. When it comes up, I'll show you guys, but. I mean, that's kind of what I want to do with this series. Is like I'm not like an expert at Stardew Valley or anything. Like I don't claim to be an expert at this game, but I've spent enough time in the game that I know like some of the things that make it a lot easier, and I want to kind of share it with you guys. And if you guys want to see anything done or like anything like that, just go ahead and let me know in the comments because I will be able to take care of that as I hit the trigger button to fuck everything up. Okay, so we got her. It says Shane's hard at work right now. Oh, it doesn't say it anymore. Introduction. So we've already met. It's not a word. We already met 21 people. So that means we only have 7. It looks like if I look at this really quick, I don't think it says their name. So yeah, I know where to meet him, know her, know him. Okay. So we can't meet these guys just yet, but we can meet everybody else, I think. Probably not today, but within the next couple episodes. And I like to get the beginning achievements out of the way. I think some of them are kind of annoying because I remember playing like Animal Crossing. I guess kind of back in the day, and it was a little irritating because it's like, oh, you know, go around and meet everybody, and you just had to like try to find where these people live because they didn't really have like patterns or anything. And like hopefully they'll let us in so we can say hello. to them. Go say hello to this dude. I think we'll bring it up to like 23, 24 maybe. 22, so I think we already met him. No, we already met her, I think. Oh well. Usually one of the guys are sitting in there. And he kind of chills. And there's a guy up here. It's usually around here somewhere. This is Vincent. Oh, he's right here. There we go. So we met him. That takes it up to 23. We got 5 people. 2 of them we can't meet, but like there's 3 of them kind of straggling around. And a few of them are actually like really hard to find. Or they're not hard to find, they're just tricky because like one of the things about this game is they all have like these distinct patterns, and like there's a couple people that don't leave their house a lot, so you have to kind of catch them. I think her name's Leah that lives like over by the thing. I think you can either see her at the bar or you can like catch her at like 4:30 when she leaves her house, because she goes like directly somewhere else, and I forget where it is exactly. Let's go out on the beach just one last time, see if we can, 1, collect anything, and 2, see if anybody's hanging out over there. And then we'll head over to the house and make it an episode. Because there's one guy that lives on the, there's 2 people that live on the beach, and like sometimes like people hang out over here. So it's really nice just to be able to kind of come over here, check. There's also like, what are they called? I don't think they're called fossils, but they're like seashells and stuff. Will also spawn over here. It doesn't look like there's any because it's kind of like our first day. And I don't think anything really spawns on the first day, and it takes a little bit of time to grow. But, I mean, overall, for our first day, we had a very productive day. As far as my standards go with like playthroughs of this game, because I've played like the beginning part of it a couple times, I think we did pretty good, because usually I usually don't have enough money to plant the crops, which kind of messes that up, and then I don't know, it's just a big mess usually. So I'm really glad that we got everything kind of taken care of that I wanted to get taken care of. And so we'll go ahead. I didn't really want to throw this away, but I want to throw the rest of this away because we really don't need it, and it will give us at least a little bit of money. And let's see what we got for the day. All right, so we got 241 gold, and I think that will call it day 1. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more of this series, go ahead, give it a like, give it an upvote, follow my channel, subscribe to my channel, depending on whatever platform you're watching this on, because I do put it on both YouTube and VidMe. So if you don't like one, you can check out the other. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.